The man who would change the little girl's life forever didn't even look up when she spoke, and that was the moment everything quietly began. He was staring at the departure board, watching his flight blink from on time to final call, unaware that missing it would be the best mistake of his life. "Can we sit here, mister?" The small voice asked again, softer now, hopeful, and if you stay with me until the end of this story, you'll understand why that simple question echoed through an airport long after the planes were gone. Before we continue, take a second to tap like if stories about unexpected kindness move you, and subscribe if you believe small moments can change everything. These stories only reach the people who need them because of you, and this one is meant to be felt, not just heard. Ethan Cross was used to silence. Not the peaceful kind, but the heavy, padded silence that followed powerful men wherever they went. First-class lounges, private offices, tinted cars. Silence that meant respect, or fear, or indifference. At 46, he was the CEO of one of the fastest-growing tech logistics companies in the country, worth more on paper than he ever felt inside. His phone buzzed constantly, but no one ever asked him if they could sit beside him. They asked for meetings, signatures, approvals. Never space. That morning, the airport was loud in every way except the one that mattered. Rolling suitcases clacked across tile floors, announcements echoed, people laughed, argued, hurried. Ethan sat in a rigid chair near gate 32, jacket still on, tie loosened just enough to pretend he was human. He had arrived early, as always. Control required preparation. His mind replayed the same loop it had for years. Numbers, projections, shareholder calls, the quiet ache he never named. Then came the voice. "Can we sit here, mister?" He barely registered it at first. Kids talked all the time. Parents handled it. He shifted his briefcase slightly, a reflexive territorial move, until a small sneaker tapped his shoe. He looked down. The girl couldn't have been more than 7. Big brown eyes, a chipped pink hair clip barely holding back a tangle of curls, and a backpack that looked too big for her shoulders. Next to her stood a woman who looked tired in the way only parents do, with eyes that had learned to smile even when they hadn't slept. "There aren't many open seats," the woman said apologetically. "We won't be long." Ethan hesitated. His instinct was to nod, polite but distant. Instead, something strange happened. He heard himself say, "Sure." The girl climbed onto the chair like it was a small mountain she'd been determined to conquer. She swung her legs, bumping his briefcase again, and whispered, "Thank you," like it mattered. For a few minutes, nothing happened. Just sitting, just breathing. The girl pulled out a half-colored picture of an airplane and frowned at it. "I don't like flying," she announced. Ethan surprised himself by replying, "Neither do I." She turned, shocked. "But you're a grown-up." "So?" She considered this. "My dad said grown-ups aren't scared." Ethan smiled, the kind of smile that felt rusty from disuse. "Your dad is wrong about a lot of things." The woman shot him a quick glance, unsure whether to laugh or apologize. The girl, however, grinned like she'd just discovered a secret. "What's your name?" she asked. "Ethan." "I'm Lily. We're going to see my grandma. She's sick but she makes the best pancakes." Ethan nodded, unsure why his chest felt tighter. "That sounds important." "It is," Lily said seriously. "Mom says we have to be brave." The boarding announcement crackled overhead. Final call for Ethan's flight. He glanced up, then back at Lily, who was now coloring outside the lines. With fierce determination, he didn't move. Time stretched. The mother checked her phone, stress creeping back into her face. "They're delaying our flight," she murmured, more to herself than anyone else. Lily sighed dramatically. "Waiting is the worst." Ethan laughed quietly. "You know, sometimes waiting is the only time life actually talks to you." She squinted at him. "You talk funny." "Yeah," he said. "I've been told." Minutes turned into stories. Lily talked about school, about how she wanted to be a pilot because pilots could see the clouds from the top. Ethan found himself answering questions he hadn't heard in years. Did he have kids? No. Was he married? No. Did he get lonely? That one landed differently. He paused. Sometimes. She nodded, like that was acceptable. "You can be lonely with people around." "My mom says that." Her mother looked at her, surprised. "I've never said that." Lily shrugged. "You thought it." The final boarding call came and went. Gate 32 emptied. Ethan's phone buzzed with alerts, then stopped. He silenced it. "You missed your plane," the mother said gently, guilt creeping into her voice. Ethan exhaled. "I know. I'm so sorry." He shook his head. "Don't be." He wasn't sure why, but for the first time in years, the idea of missing something didn't feel like failure. They talked until the airport light shifted, until Lily fell asleep with her head against his arm. Ethan didn't move, not when his arm went numb, not when a meeting reminder flashed and faded. He watched the slow rise and fall of her chest and felt something inside him unlock. When Lily woke up, groggy and embarrassed, she hugged him without asking. "You're not lonely anymore," she said confidently. Ethan swallowed. "How do you know?" "Because you sat with us." Their flight was called. They stood. The moment stretched awkwardly, the way endings always do. "Thank you," the mother said. "For everything." Ethan nodded. Words felt too small. As they walked away, Lily turned back. "Mr. Ethan." "Yes. Sometimes missing a plane means you were supposed to stay." He watched them disappear down the jet bridge, then sat back down, alone but changed. Months later, Ethan funded a family lounge program in airports nationwide. Quiet spaces, play corners, seats that invited people to sit together. He never put his name on it. And every time he passed an airport gate, he listened for small voices asking big questions, knowing that the flight he missed had finally taken him exactly where he needed to go.